Today, as I have warned you, I'm going to tell you whether something like a soul will remain after our death and continue to exist. I'll try to speak as directly as possible in an easy language. In conclusion, our lives do not end in the present. I can risk my life in the present on this immutable and clear fact. In fact, a few years ago, I was the person who thought that when my present life ended, my life would also end. But now, I think I was wrong in the past. It wasn't because there was a revision of religious or cultural ideas. It was because there were many scientific and reasonable reasons. I'll just tell you two of those reasons. Of course, I know that no matter how scientific, there may be views that differ from mine. If you have a different opinion from me, I want you to understand he has that opinion. You just have to feel like, so if you're still angry at me, one way is to shut this channel down and get out. Everyone can express their opinions. So let's stop the pause and get to the point. The first reason to say that our lives do not end in the present is because of the dimensional reason. Pensamo equivalweni quesintuadi esintatu. At least as we know it is. What is dimension? It's not easy to say, but it's a structural system that allows us to perceive an existence as being. In one dimension, everything is made up of dots, so if you continue on the path that the dot has passed, it becomes a line. Of course, there is much more involved physically, but it is true if you explain it in a sentence or two to make it easier to understand. So, in one dimension, only points and lines exist. So, how is the two-dimensional world made up of? Yes, of course, everything is made up of lines, so the path that the line has passed becomes a plane. In other words, in the two dimensions, there are only lines and planes. There is no up, down, or height, because there is only a plane here. If you use such a word to a two-dimensional being, that being might be very scary, because that concept itself doesn't exist. In the two-dimensional world, there are only two things, a line and a side. In three dimensions, there is a three-dimensional space where faces are connected into one. In fact, the upper dimension includes the lower dimension. In the first dimension, there is a line including a point representing a location. In the second dimension, a plane including a line in the first dimension. And in the third dimension, there is a dimensional including a plane in the second dimension. As you know, we all live in a three-dimensional world where we can perceive solids. Let me ask you the question at this point. Does our own essence really exist within three dimensions? Who is limiting ourselves to three-dimensional beings? Can we do the job outside of three dimensions if someone let me die in this world? Rather, we're aware of more than just a combination of physically visible and visible aspects that no animal has ever had. We're aware of more than three-dimensional ideals. Most importantly, we possess a sense of time. Physically speaking, the one-dimensional line is a trace that the points have passed through time. The two-dimensional plane is a trace that the lines have passed through time. As expected, the three-dimensional dimensional is the result of combining countless aspects to combine the element of time. Living in three dimensions, humans use the power of thought, not just reflexive instincts, to predict and anticipate the future. They try to understand and dominate the element of time sensibly. Right. We're all more than four dimensions living in three dimensions. Einmal wieder, lass mich dich die Frage stellen. Does our own essence really exist within three dimensions? Who is limiting ourselves to three-dimensional beings? Can we do the job outside of three dimensions if someone let me die in this world? Judgment is yourself. I received a lot of comfort when I found out that my existence existed even after a three-dimensional death. Some people die prematurely before they even realize the meaning of their existence. Life is too short and insignificant for a person to realize and experience many things by being born. Is this life everything in life? We don't have any reason to be so neat. The second reason to say that our lives do not end in the present is for biological reasons. In the next video, I'll give you a biological reason to say that our lives don't end in the present. Again, I'll give you scientific and rational reasons, not religious or cultural reasons, so I'll make it as easy as possible. Thank you. Epilogue. Actually, what I'm explaining is, in words, I'll make it as easy as possible. But it's not easy at all, because the problem of our lives is never easy. I just hope it can be of little help.